Hey y'all, sorry about this. This is just the way I'm gonna have to do them until I get my system, everything all back up and running. Hey, and before I start, massive dynamic on they BS again. You know, I put up a short late last night about Hillary Clinton's Secret Service detail where I got the picture around her where I got the word gun pointed to all the Secret Service agents, and you can see Huma Aberdeen's head off in the corner there. And Carrie made a comment saying that women, she don't think like women shouldn't be on Secret Service detail. And I typed, okay, Carrie, you know they're going to send the flying, and I put the emoji of a monkey next to it after, and then after you, and then hit it, it was gone. So okay, they don't like the monkey. You know, a guy that used to wear blue hair can get on here and blurt out how Orange Man should have been clapped and anybody that was there should have been clapped and all this other stuff, but that's still up. But I can't put a monkey, so okay, I changed it and I put, I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog too, and put the emoji of a witch and a dog, and they took that down. I don't know what the hell Massive Dynamic is on, but I'm quite sure it's something homemade. Anyway, just letting y'all know. And a lot of you guys' comments, I'll be looking in my creators thing, and I'll see that this video has 25 comments. But then when I go to the video, it has 21 comments. So 4 people's comments then got zapped. And I don't know who they are or what they said. But anyway, so let me just get that out of the way, y'all. Y'all see what it says here. Kevin O'Leary details how he would give Kimberly the boot. Now, all right, let's see. Let's see if we can. How long is it? Ooh, it's already started. Don't start without us.
Should the leader of the Secret Service be fired or should she resign?
Here's how it should work, Stuart. In any leadership situation, you bring them into your office and you say, look, what's occurred recently has undermined your leadership.
Hold on. Like, how do I get them words off the screen?
And let's have an open forum, disclose what you know, and give them a chance to make their case. This is what I do in the private sector. I've done it hundreds of times with executives. They deserve their chance to make their case openly and transparently, as Rick Scott suggested should happen. However, if it's clear that there has been a breach in leadership or the executional skills are lacking, which may be the case, I don't know, but at least they got their chance, then what you say to them is, look, I'm going to fire you, but I'm going to give you the option to resign. And you can spend more time with your family, which is the classic press release. I've got that paragraph I've been using.
Yeah, but that's for businesses. I mean, Secret Service is more of an institution than a business. I don't know. I don't know. Now I ain't got no problem with her taking a boot, but but anyway, let's see what else we got going on in the news down here. Texas launches, yeah, get out of here. Mayorkas should be fired if Secret Service resources were not given. Charles Marino. I did hear something rumbling on Rumble that Mayorkas actually kind of kind of got in the way and redistributed people away from doing other stuff. Well, we ain't got enough agents to go around because I need agents for this and I need one for that and I need 2 for that. Now I can't prove it. It's just something that I heard from somebody else that I watch on a regular. What's this one here? Okay, let's see what we got going on.
That building in particular. particular has a sloped roof at its highest point. And
That's
so,
her
you know,
talking.
there's a safety factor that would be
That's
considered there, that
Kimberly.
we wouldn't want to put somebody up on a sloped roof. And so, you know, the decision was made to secure the building from inside.
And that was Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle attempting.
They didn't want to put anybody on a sloped roof. What are you talking about? I can't tell you how many sloped roofs way steeper than that one, with a way higher grade than that one that my punk ass done been on. And I ain't no Secret Service agent. I had a rifle, but I'm not a Secret Service agent.
Attempting to explain why the agency did not guard the roof used by the gunman during Saturday's attempted assassination on former President Trump. The attack happening despite a reported increase of Secret Service protection over intelligence showing an Iranian plot to kill the 45th president. Today, all senators will...
Did y'all know that? That Iran had a plot to clap the orange man? I did not know that. That one didn't make it through my filter.
Receive an unclassified phone briefing about the Trump assassination attempt. Joining me live right here at the RNC is Kansas Senator Roger Marshall, a member of the Senate Budget, Homeland Security, Agriculture, and Health Committees. Senator, it's great to have you this morning.
Maria, glad to be with you here live in Milwaukee. Good morning.
Usually we're talking remote. It's nice to see you in person, so thank you for being here. What are you expecting from this briefing on the Trump assassination attempt?
Yeah. You know, I think it's good to get everybody in the room. I think an hour-long phone call today is not going to do it. Next week on the Homeland Security Committee, then we'll have some type of a hearing. But it'll be just the tip of the iceberg. You know, there's more questions than there are answers. Look, the Keystone Cops, you think, could have prevented a 20-year-old kid that had to go by a ladder to somehow get on this roof. It makes no sense to Americans. We want to hold somebody accountable. And I think that's what I would say is no one from this administration has ever been held accountable. You think about Afghanistan, we lost 13.
Hold on a second, y'all. Something else. I'm gonna say it. I knew it, but I chose not to say it. But I figure if I mix it in somewhere in the middle and not make it its own video, it might pass muster. The sound decibel level on the stage where Orange Man was with the people and the noise and the chanting and all that other stuff, and then when the clapping started, this rifle was suppressed. Now, I'm assuming I don't know if he was using subsonic ammunition or not, because remember, I finally dug and found out that he bought a box of 50. Ooh, they said a lot of ammunition, 50 rounds. 50 rounds ain't a lot of ammunition, folks. But anyway, that he just bought a box of ammunition. Okay, was it subsonic or was it standard 5.56? Because subsonic ammunition is that's how you get the full benefit out of firing suppressed. You know, that's the way we fly. I'm trying to watch my words carefully. So was it subsonic ammunition, or because it sounded like, I mean, you didn't hear muzzle signature. You didn't hear the muzzle signature of an unsuppressed rifle. Okay, so let's go with him firing suppressed. So if he's firing suppressed, that means he has a suppressor. Now his father bought the rifle in 2013. I've already covered that. Okay. Did he get you have to get a tax stamp from the federal government to purchase a suppressor. You can't just go into a store and buy a suppressor. I wish I could, because I would have one. And people are silent. Stop saying silencer. It's a suppressor. Stop. That's James Bond. That's TV stuff. Stop with the silencer. It's a suppressor. Damn it. But so, where did he get the suppressor? Did Dad buy it? If he did, there should be a tax stamp, because you have to get that. You got to get the green light from the federal government before you even buy it. So where's the record? Because a 20-year old ain't bought no ain't. I don't see a 20-year-old applying for a suppressor for a rifle that isn't registered to him and it passing muster. You see what I'm saying? Did he get it black market? You know, now if it's black market, you ain't gonna trace that. I don't care who you can think you Dick Tracy all you want. You're not gonna. I mean, I'm telling you, the dark web is a dark space. I've been there. I've been there. Yeah, Linux, using Linux and VPN. So, yeah. Windows, yeah, no. No. They'll rip you to shreds. Brave browser, too. Well, you don't. Brave is just to get you there. But anyway, forget it. So when I've been fired at, suppressed, okay? If it don't come close to you, you don't hear it. Unless it strikes something solid next to you or close to you where you can hear the strike, you won't hear it. You will not hear it. I mean, now if it's dead quiet, 2 o'clock in the morning, nothing but crickets chirping, yeah, you're gonna hear it. But when it's hundreds of people, music playing, people talking, blaring, yelling, and whatnot, you're not gonna hear it. You just gonna notice people start dropping like flies and like, oh crap, what the hell's going on here? Now, now that's from the target perspective. Now you're off to the side, like the people were in the crowd, media and whatnot recording. Heck, one of them was recording. They was right next to the building, and you could barely hear the signature. I couldn't even hear the cycle of the rifle, but I could hear the crack. That's what's making me think that he used regular ammunition through a suppressed rifle instead of using subsonic ammunition through a suppressed rifle. And you can get subsonic 5.56 anywhere. It's everywhere. It's not hard to get. Anyway, sorry about that, y'all, but I ain't want to make a separate video for that because I know they would probably put a muzzle on it.
Soldiers there, no one held accountable. 11 million people across the border illegally, no one held accountable. Has this administration ever fired anybody?
Well, it's also, laced with politics. Every agency I look at is laced with politics. I mean, how are we supposed to believe that a 20-year-old carrying a ladder was missed and with AK, what was it? What kind of gun was it? An AK-15 or an AK-47 or something? How is it possible?
She don't know nothing about rifles. It was an AR-15. Ain't no AK-50. Man, the elites are so... They kill me with that. Anyway.
That was missed. And then he's on the roof right across from where Trump is speaking.
Right. I think we have to just question Joe Biden's judgment, the people he's placed in charge of this type of agency. How is this lady qualified to be the head of the Secret Service? What was her qualifications? You want someone like Mike Pompeo who wakes up in the morning and goes to sleep. I saw Secretary Pompeo last night. I mean, he's just so intense about security issues and knows so much more. So I think that we need better captains at the head of each one of these ships.
Okay, so you're going to get the briefing and you're going to continue this investigation. We're looking at this video of people they saw the person on the roof and they were saying there's a shooter right there and still he was able to get shots out and now unfortunately we have to talk about the fatality of this former fire chief who lost his life. You mentioned the border, Senator. President Biden's border crisis and immigration policies getting plenty of attention during this convention. The brother of...
And that's the sad part, is this man lost his life, but he lost his life protecting his family. It's been reported that once he realized what was going on, he threw his wife and kids down and like covered them with his body, and he took a shot. So, like I say, so there's child missing their father, and a wife missing her without a husband now. That's the whole tragedy. I can deal with the ear with the hole in it and whatnot. You know, I'm not like it shouldn't have happened at all. But if I had to choose between getting zippered in my ear or getting jettisoned up to the 13th floor and leaving my family behind, I'll take the zipper in the ear.
Maryland mother Rachel Morin spoke last night. She was allegedly raped and murdered by an illegal migrant, blaming the Biden administration for his sister's death. Watch this.
Man, I hope they don't hit me for her saying the R word. Damn.
My sister's death was preventable. The monster arrested for killing Rachel entered the U.S. unlawfully after killing a woman in El Salvador. Joe Biden and his designated border czar, Kamala Harris, opened our borders to him and others like him, empowering them to victimize the innocent. Yet, to this day, we have not heard from Joe Biden or Kamala Harris.
And you ain't gonna.
They never apologized.
What a shame. Rachel Morin looked like such a beautiful
Acceptable
woman. She lost her
casualties
life
to
as
them.
well at the hands of an illegal migrant. You brought us the story of how China is working with Mexico. China is the lead partner in getting drugs in here, human trafficking. What is your reaction to what has taken place and what could change?
China been doing that with Mexico for, oh man, I got wind of this. Pre-COVID. So, that part ain't nothing new.
Change should Trump retake the White House?
Well, this is a sad story. Rachel Morin, Lake and Riley, say their names.
Yeah.
Why won't Joe Biden even say their names? 13 Afghanistan, 13 of our Marines died exiting Afghanistan, and the President of the United States doesn't remember that we lost 13 soldiers there on a national debate stage. I've said for years, how does he sleep at night? Over 200,000 Americans died from fentanyl poisoning. How does Joe Biden sleep at night?
And the thing is, fentanyl is, yeah, people are using it wrong, but fentanyl been around for a long time and has medicinal purposes, just not the way it's being used and distributed now. But fentanyl is nothing new.
How does Secretary Mayorkas sleep at night? They are responsible. Ultimately, they are responsible for what's happening. Then November 5th is the final judge.
Yeah, but Senator, look, there are flyers at the border telling illegals, don't forget to vote for Joe Biden. You're an elected official. What are you going to do about the idea that there's a lot of speculation that the Democrats want illegals to vote? Will they?
When we get service calls for certain people, and we was going, I told y'all about it. I didn't give any details, but we have to go to Del Rio sometime and pick up trucks and pick up buses or rotate out equipment. Take this generator down, bring this generator back. Take this truck down, bring this truck back. Take this bus down, Gray Goose, even though they Gray Gooses ain't gray, they white. Take these buses down. They look like school buses, but they painted like a off-colored white, and they got grills on the windows. Take this bus down and bring this bus back, because this bus, the air conditioning stopped working. Now, we don't have any phones, because you check the phones. You don't have any cameras. You don't have anything. You have a handheld, walk, squawky, talky type radio that they give you if they need to communicate with you while you're there changing that out. I've seen those signs with my naked eyes. I've seen those signs that she just mentioned. I've seen them. But we are heavily scrubbed, but they can go and come. The people that ain't supposed to be here can go and come as they please. Make that one make sense.
Will they be able to vote in the presidential election in November?
Well, look, I think it is more than speculation. Certainly, these folks are already voting in cities and states that are allowing it to happen. That's why we've invested as a Republican Party significant resources to make sure that the elections are legal and fair. It won't be easy. We need incredible county clerks, those type of people that are doing their registering to voting. I don't know how you sit there and keep the roll call of who's allowed to vote in which election. So this is wrought with disaster. That's why those local elections are so important as well. The city commissioners and mayors, all those elections are every bit as important.
I mean, do you think that's the reason that he has the wide open border? I mean, it's such a head scratcher to understand why the commander in chief would have no security at the southern border and, for example, have, what is it, almost 400 people on the terrorist watch list who were apprehended in the last year.
Yeah, there's no other explanation. You go back to this taking the census. In the census,
And those 400 were only the ones that got caught.
they wanted to count every person in those communities as opposed to counting every American citizen or legal person in those communities, because that's how we make the determine how many electoral votes does Kansas get, does California get. It's based upon how many warm bodies are in there as well. So it impacts the presidential election even if they don't vote.
Let me ask your thoughts on the Senate and whether or not the Republicans will be able to take the Senate. What are the odds? How have things changed after the assassination attempt? Tell me that.
Yeah, I think politically the biggest change is that there's no one standing in line to take Joe Biden out. That conversation is gone. I don't think you could even give Kamala Harris the nomination. If you gave it to her, she would say, no thanks. I don't want to be the loser here. So what I expect is that Joe Biden's going to go down with this sinking ship, and then they'll spend all the resources probably in the Senate. I think that's their best, the Democrats' best chance. There's 7 or 8 very key races. Think about.
Look, people, look, the presidential spot is sort of important. The Senate is more important than the president. Look, I'd rather be a senator than I would the president, because I am more powerful for a longer period of times. There's people that's been senators their entire adult lives that is has affected how this country is ran and the laws on the books. I mean, name them. Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi. Are you kidding? Do we have to go down the line? Look at the impact that Barney Frank had. The housing bubble crash. Adjustable rate mortgages. Thousands and thousands and thousands of Americans lost their ass. Chris Dodd and Barney Frank. Barney Frank. Way more powerful than a president. President can't do nothing unless they greenlight it. That's the way the system was designed.
About Montana, Nevada, Arizona, Michigan, Wisconsin, Ohio, Pennsylvania. So that's where they're going to spend their resources. I'm very optimistic, but it doesn't matter. People don't get out and vote, and I think that's why we have a huge effort to get people out. Those people that vote maybe 1 out of 4 elections. Let's make sure we get those people out to vote.
So you don't think that there's going to be anybody to try to compete with Joe Biden? You think Joe Biden will be the nominee in November?
Yeah, that story's over with now. I think
because of the assassination attempt.
This assassination attempt as just all those people that were sitting on the fence, the Nikki Haley supporters, I think have now, many of those same people that have supported me in the past have been hesitant. Now they're saying, okay, I give up. Donald Trump is indeed the person. This assassination attempt, it was divine intervention. We think that we're here today, Maria, making history. Don't you feel like that we're making history this week?
Well, this is absolutely historic, and the energy here has been so electric. What is your expectation on this ticket? I mean, President Trump's running mate announced, J.D. Vance spoke with Vice President Kamala Harris over the phone yesterday, we're told. They reportedly had a brief and respectful conversation, and they said that they are looking forward to debating. No date has been set so far. Despite all this, Vice President Harris is attacking Vance in a YouTube video. Watch this.
Imagine that.
Trump looked for someone he knew would be a rubber stamp for his extreme agenda, and make no mistake, J.D. Vance will be loyal only to Trump, not to our country.
Senator, your reaction.
Well, I'm going to talk about J.D. Vance. America knows who Kamala Harris, the cackler, right? J.D. Vance is one of my very
Not the
best friends.
cackler.
He's a Marine. He's a fighter. He's going to fight for hardworking Americans. That's what I hear out there when I go back to Kansas. Union workers in Kansas are so vitally important to this economy, to our communities as well. J.D. and I both have a place in our heart for union workers. We both maybe didn't come from the best backgrounds. He had a grandma raised him. I had loving parents, fortunately, but we weren't born a silver spoon.
In full disclosure, I despise unions, and I come from a union household, and that's why.
In our mouth.
Yeah.
And he's earned everything he's ever got. He's going to be a fighter, and America's going to love him.
So there will be a debate between J.D. Vance and Kamala Harris.
I'm licking my chops. I mean, if J.D. is so talented when it comes to thinking on his feet, able to go in all those practice sessions, going into CNN, MSNBC, he'll do great.
Wow.
They're going to say
Senator,
he's
good to see
picking
you
on a
today.
girl.
Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us early this morning. Roger Marshall, Senator from Kansas. Quick break.
Okay, y'all. Tell me what you think. Sorry about this being so long, but stuff this important, you can't. I'm not doing the 6-minute YouTube bubble and 5-6 times. I'd rather just make one bubble and let people chew through it. If they want it, I'll give it to them. If they don't want it, they ain't gonna click it anyway. Regardless of what the bed bugs is. The hell? Regardless of what it says. Y'all be good and be safe. Bye.